The Island of the Dolls, Mexico's most terrifying haunted island. Imagine entering a narrow canal in the middle of Mexico. The water is almost silent. Your boat moves slowly through dark green tunnels of trees. There are no crowds, no music, no city noise, only the gentle sound of water touching the boat. Splash, splash, splash. Then, suddenly, your guide stops talking. He slowly points toward the trees. You look in that direction, and there it is. A doll hanging from a branch. Its face is old, its hair is tangled. For a moment, you think it is just an abandoned toy. But then you look again. There's another one, then another, and another, until you realize something terrifying. The entire island is covered with dolls. Welcome to Isla de las Muñecas, the Island of the Dolls, one of Mexico's most mysterious and unsettling places. But what makes this island truly disturbing is the story behind them. Years ago, a man named Don Julián Santana lived alone on this small island, deep inside the canals of Xochimilco. His life here would eventually become part of one of Mexico's strangest legends. According to local legend, a young girl drowned in the canal near the island. Afterward, Don Julián believed he could sense her presence around the water and among the trees. Whether it was fear, grief, or simply his imagination, something changed. He began believing that the island was connected to the girl's spirit. One day, he found an old doll. According to the story, he hung it from a tree as an offering to calm the girl's spirit. But he didn't stop with one. He began collecting more dolls, old dolls, discarded dolls, broken dolls. He brought them back to the island and hung them from branches and wooden structures. One doll became dozens, dozens became hundreds, and eventually the entire island became a forest of forgotten faces. Faces silently staring from the trees. Some dolls have cracked faces, some have tangled hair, others stare silently from the branches, their faded eyes appearing to watch anyone who walks past. And according to some visitors, this is where the strangest stories begin. People have claimed to hear whispers among the trees and strange sounds coming from deeper inside the island. Some visitors even believe that certain dolls appear to change position. One visitor reportedly noticed an old doll hanging from a branch. At first, there was nothing unusual about it, just an old toy. He looked at it for a few seconds, then continued walking. But after taking several steps, something made him look back. The doll appeared to be facing a different direction. He stopped. Maybe he remembered it incorrectly. Maybe the branch had moved. Maybe it was simply his imagination. Then, he heard a faint sound behind him. He turned around. The doll was still there, silent, motionless. But suddenly, he had the strange feeling that its eyes were following him. The guide reportedly warned him not to touch the dolls. According to local beliefs, these dolls are more than simple decorations. Some people believe they carry mysterious energy connected to the island. But there is an important fact. There is no scientific evidence proving anything supernatural. The strange movements could have natural explanations: wind, branches, old ropes, or simply the power of suggestion. But when you are standing alone among hundreds of old dolls surrounded by silence, logic can suddenly feel very far away. The story becomes even stranger when we come to Don Julián himself. According to local stories, during his later years, he claimed to hear the young girl calling him from the canal. Then, years later, Don Julián himself died near the same canal. The circumstances surrounding his death became another mysterious part of the island's legend. After that, the stories surrounding the dolls became even frightening. Visitors claimed to hear whispers. Some believed dolls had changed position. Others refused to remain there after sunset. Again, there is no verified evidence that these events were supernatural, but the stories continue. And when hundreds of strange dolls hang silently above you, it becomes easy to understand why. Today, tourists still travel through the canals of Xochimilco to visit the island of the dolls. During the day, it may look like nothing more than a strange tourist attraction. But as the sunlight begins to disappear, the trees become darker, the canal becomes quieter, and the dolls seem to become the only things watching you. Now imagine sitting inside your boat, slowly leaving the island behind. You look back one last time. Hundreds of dolls hang silently among the trees. Most of them are completely still. Then, one begins to swing. You keep watching. The boat moves farther away, and one question enters your mind. Was it really the wind, or did it just wave goodbye? Subscribe this channel and click the bell icon, because sometimes the scariest thing is not what you see in the dark, but what might be silently watching you.